Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, and it's Friday night, which means it's appointment with Fear night. And, Joshua's in already. Whoop, can't wait. Love me some dog soldiers, he says. Now, how do I do this now? I'm supposed to be able to put these messages on the screen, but I don't know what you do. No, don't do it. Pin message, no, nothing there. Hey, I'm supposed to have a widget that makes these go onto the screen, but it doesn't do it. Stupid. Anyway, never mind. Right, so we're doing dog soldiers. Oh, you like the new camera angle? Spooky images in the background. Snazzy, eh? If you hear any noises in the background, I've got a friend keeping me company.
Hello.
But he didn't want to share the limelight. I offered, but he said bugger off. So there you go. Right, dog soldiers, let's get it on. As usual, I'll not be just playing the film because I'll get into trouble. It'll be a series of stills, maybe the occasional little, snippet, but essentially a series of stills, and we'll just go through the film. By the way, info on the film. It had a budget of £2.3 million. This was back in 2002. I don't know what that would be in dollars back then. Probably about, $4 million or thereabouts. And it was Neil Marshall's first theatrical movie, I do believe. I think he had a short film out before, but I think this was his first big film. Of course, he'd go on to do lots of other Doomsday, the recent Hellboy film, which I quite liked. And what else? And Game of Thrones. He did Game of Thrones, didn't he? Some episodes of that. Right, so let's get the film on and see what appertains. A blank screen, that's what appertains. So we get the credits in a moment when it's ready. We don't get the credits, I'm lying. We get a little scene at the beginning. See, he's laughing. He's laughing at me. See this chap, he stood standing by a lake. I don't know where this was filmed. Apparently the majority of the film were filmed in Luxembourg. I think they had some helicopter shots in Scotland. It's supposed to be set in Scotland. But it was filmed in Luxembourg because that's where the finance came from. So I bet when Neil Marshall were planning this film, and he thought, I need to get money to make this film, because you never make films with your own money. That's the rule, apparently. I bet the last place where he probably thought he wouldn't end up filming was Luxembourg, because it's about that. It's about that big, innit? That's 1-to-1 scale. Luxembourg. I've been through it on a train. I didn't notice at the time, but I have. Anyway, we see this chap. He's there with his girlfriend. Hang on, where are we? There with his girlfriend. There he is. Apparently he's a writer. I think he is. And his girlfriend's giving him a gift. Here we go. He don't look like a writer, does he? It looks like a bloody football hooligan. But apparently he's a writer. Oh, I've gone too far. She gives him a gift. It's a silver letter opener. But the video won't let me go on it for some reason. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, it's a silver letter opener. So then we see him snogging. See if it'll let me... there we go. Solid silver, so don't lose it. Oh, and then we cut to it. You can see it there, behind my fat head. They're in the tent, about to get down. Oh, there we go. That's a shot and a half, isn't it? About to get on with it. But then the zip on the tent starts to open. And so they just sit there and look at it, scared. And hang on. Oh, yeah, Joshua, you're here from the start today. Huzzah. Where were we? See, I've gone too far again. Oh, for God's sake, it's getting on my nerves, is this? I said last week, when I was watching, what were it last week? The Manitou. And when they were going forward, frame by frame, it were literally doing it frame by frame. But this one, for some reason, jumps about a minute every time you do, a skip forward. Anyway, the whatever it is that we don't see grabs his girlfriend and drags her out of the tent. And then there's a spray of blood, as we see there. And then he gets got. And then we cut to the titles, Dog Soldiers, which is a clue as to what it's about. And then we cut to it's Wales 2 hours earlier. Don't know why, just is. And we see the star of the film, although he's not first billing, but he's really the star, Kevin McKidd, who you might know from Rome and other things. Or the Christmas special of Father Ted, where all the priests get trapped in the lingerie section of that department store, which is very funny. Anyway, we see Kevin McKidd. That's not him. There he is. He's undergoing SAS training. He's wanting to be in the SAS. I don't know if they actually mention SAS or just say Special Forces. I can't remember.
Special Forces.
Is that what they say? Oh, right. Thank you. I'll turn the other camera on if you want. Okay, they probably can't hear you anyway. Cause I turned my head. They probably can't hear me now. No. Probably not. Anyway, whatever. Because we're live. Anyway, he gets captured in this training exercise, but apparently it took him 22 hours to catch him. So he goes to the head of the class, so he's passed all the tests. Yes, Sean Pertwee is excellent in it, Joshua. But we'll get to him. We'll get to him. He's passed the test, and we see, there we go, straight to the head of the class, and that's Liam Cunningham, putting on a very good upper crust British accent, because I think he's Irish, isn't he? I think he's Irish. I think he had his normal accent when he were in Game of Thrones, and I think that was an Irish accent. I can't actually remember. I think it's not his normal accent we're hearing in this film. But he tells Cooper, that's who Kevin McKidd's playing, tells him to shoot the dog, and Cooper won't. He goes, "I'm sorry, sir, what?" Take the weapon and use it. So he's telling him that he's got to shoot the dog. He says, "What sort of soldier are you if you can't even shoot a dog?" And he says, "I'll not shoot. I've nothing against shooting a dog. I just won't shoot that dog for no good reason." That's what he says. So he gets RTU'd. Returned to unit?
Yes.
So there we go. So that's what happens then. And then we cut to, I think, is it a month later or something like that? Full moon, remember? I forgot the name of his character. Liam Cunningham's character. Hang on.
Ryan.
Yes, it is Ryan. Captain Ryan, isn't it? I'll just double check. Oh, I didn't know this. Cooper's only a private. I thought it were a corporal. Oh, it says he a private Cooper. I thought it were corporal. Anyway, Captain Ryan, yes, that's who Liam Cunningham's playing, and he shoots the dog, and Cooper's not happy about that, as you can see. And then he points the gun at Cooper, but then he gets sent back to his unit. So then we cut to, then we have some aerial shots of Scotland. This is actually Scotland, not Luxembourg, because I don't think there's many mountains in Luxembourg. So there we go. So get some aerial shots. Then we go back to a Luxembourg forest. I didn't know there were any forests in Luxembourg. I bet this is it. I bet this is the forest in Luxembourg. Anyway, a helicopter lands. I think this is probably one of the biggest expenses of the film. I'm sure it says that in the commentary, and I've just noticed this hill. Is this a hill here or some rocky thing? It looks like a skull to me. Can you see from my head? Hang on, I'll just get rid of the webcam. You see it there? Is that a skull shape or what? Can you see that? It looks like a skull, doesn't it? That's spooky. Is that deliberate? It's first time I've just noticed that. First time ever. Anyway, Sean Pertwee's coming up. Don't worry. Right, so anyway, all the there we've got a good clean dispersal. It's like aliens, it's aliens, isn't it? So they all get out. They're on a training exercise. It's a month later. Cooper's back with his squad, and I'm busy. Live. You can't. You'll have to wait. Apologies for that. Just my son shouting me. He knows I do a show every Friday night. Yes. Where were we? Right, the helicopter goes. There we go. They've got to get the money's worth out of the helicopter, haven't they? So we've got to see it arrive and leave. Right, so they've gone, and so they're on the ground, ready to start their training exercise. And there's Sean Pertwee. They've got to. They're going up against special forces. And Joe's not happy because he's missing the match. England are playing Germany. Would it be West? No, 2002, isn't it? It's not West Germany. I was thinking about 1990 for some weird reason. I don't know. England are playing Germany, and he's missing that because he's a football fan. Proper football, not this American stuff. Right, anyway, so the time syncing their watches. They're synchronising their watches, but Spoon has forgotten his watch. So there he is. He's left it back at the barracks. So Sarge gives him his watch. And I've just realised that's his name, Witherspoon. That's why they call him Spoon. Tell you. Anyway, so off they go. There we go. By the way, the squad are Sarge, whose name I can't remember because I'm an idiot. Sergeant Wells. We've got Private Cooper, who we know. We've got Spoon. We've got Joe. We've got Terry. And we've got Bruce. Spoilers, Bruce is the first to go. Right, so anyway, so they set off. They have their little bit of banter. Off they go. Did it. A corporal. You'd have thought he'd been a corporal. At least a lance corporal, wouldn't you? But no, he's a private. So they set off. They've got a route that they've decided to take, which is a gap in the enemy lines, which we learn later. It's deliberate. They want them to go this way because they are literally lambs to the slaughter. So here we go. So they're off and they're whistling that song, which I can't remember, but it always reminds me of high school because it was on radio a lot when I was a kid. So here they're having a rest. Oh, and they're talking about people that have gone missing in this area of Scotland, not Luxembourg, of Scotland. And somebody went missing, about a month ago, they've said. So, they talk about the beast of Bodmin Moor, which, if you don't know, is, a legend of a creature that lives on Bodmin Moor, which I think is in like Cornwall or Devon or somewhere like that. I think it's Devon. And kills sheep and stuff like that. Nobody talks about it anymore for some reason. So anyway, so off they go. And they're being watched, and they're being watched by Captain Ryan and his squad. There you go. The flock is heading for the fold. Told you there were lambs to the slaughter. Anyway, they're camping down for the night and telling stories. They've got a fire going. And talking about what they don't like, what scares them. And Cooper's scared of spiders. Joe is scared of penalty shootouts. And Terry says he's scared of watching a penalty shootout with Joe. And the Sarge is scared of never seeing his wife again. Oh, God. Anyway, so they're talking about that. Oh, and then Sarge tells his story of when he were in Kuwait. And one of his squad members stood on an IED or a landmine or whatever and gets himself blown to bits, apart from a tattoo with a devil's face on it. And he's telling him about that. And then a cow falls on the fire. There we go. Hang on, in a minute. After he's told his story, and there we go, I'm going to tell the time. Bloke walks into a pub, bartender's looking and thinking, what's going on here? Oh, see, I've gone too far. And then the cow arrives. I don't know where it's come from, by the way. He looks back at the dog, and the dog turns on, fucking cow. Hey. So I don't know where this cow's come from because I don't know if there was the camping next to a cliff or anything like that. It didn't look like it, but there it is. Maybe it was a tree cow. Or maybe it was thrown. Maybe they had a cow catapult somewhere. But for some reason they think nothing of it, and they carry on. And then we see Ryan's being watched by somebody in black and white, because dogs only see in black and white, apparently. So he's being watched. And then it's next morning, right, they're setting off again, and then they come across Ryan's camp, or what's left of it, in a moment. There you go, they're finding broken branches with blood on and stuff like that. Clues, as they'd say in Scooby-Doo. Let's split up and search for clues. Anyway, so they find this camp. Here we go. And just blood and guts all over. They think everybody's being killed. They don't know what's going on. So they decide to ditch their blanks and stock up with proper ammo. Because apparently they think this is the team they were supposed to be going up against. I've got real ammo. Or live ammo, should I say. So they get all that. But then they also find Ryan still alive. All of his squad are dead. Oh, crikey, that was me guts. All of his squad are dead. But he's okay in a minute. There you go. We just saw him then. He pops up any moment now. There he is. It's a wonder they didn't shoot him, innit? I mean, they shot that cow pretty quick, although they only had blanks. But no, they don't shoot Ryan. Maybe they should have done. Anyway, he's badly injured, so they patch him up best they can, but he seems close to death. But he gets better quickly, as we will see. Bruce is on the radio. He can't get through. Their own radio's broken, and the radio of Ryan's squad's also broken. So they can't contact anybody, so they're on their own. You notice that they said there, tranquilizer darts, nets, you name it, they were out there to catch something, and Ryan keeps saying, there's only supposed to be one. I was like, what's he talking about? But we know, don't we? Right, so they've got to get him somewhere warm, he's going to die of hypothermia, so they pick him up. I think they start hearing howling in the distance, by the way. So they decide to head out of the area. Here we go. Oh, there we go. It's a little Star Trek reference there. It's the Kobayashi Maru test. They fixed it, so we can't win because they found a tracking device in their radio. Bad baddies. So they're going to set off now. Oh, there we go. That's a little Captain Ryan saying that they're all going to die. And Sarge says, now you shut up like a good gentleman. You're scaring my lads. You're scaring my lads. Just like Colour Sergeant Bourne in Zulu, which gets a mention later on as Rorke's Drift. Anyway, so they grab what they can, they set off, going through the woods. And then they're being chased by werewolves in a minute. We get his first glimpses of them. But no, my luck with my, skipping, I'll never land on one. Anyway, they're running for their lives eventually. We're going to see one. This is Bruce. Anyway, he's going to cop for it in a minute, and he shoots all his bullets, and then he's running through the woods really quickly, and somehow managed to impale himself. There we go. I don't know, he must have been running fast to impale himself that much. Anyway, Sarge finds Bruce, so he's not happy about that. But then he gets chased by a werewolf. And there you go, gets slashed across his stomach. So I don't know if he gets bit, but, spoilers again, spoilers from the beginning. Later on in the film, he becomes a werewolf as well. So if you just get scratched by a werewolf, do you become a werewolf? God knows. God knows. But there he is with his guts hanging out. Isn't that lovely? And he says, sausages and me guts are out. So they pop him back in and try and get him to safety. But he thinks he's going to die. So anyway, there we go. So they shove him back in.
They won't fit in.
Yeah. And they head for the... Well, they come across a road. I don't know if they know they're heading for a road. They've got maps, haven't they? Yeah, they probably know they're heading for a road. A sign of civilization. And they come across... I've got to look at names. I've forgotten again. They come across... Where the hell is it? Megan. That's it, Megan. I should remember that because that film's out, isn't it, Megan? M3 Gan. Anyway, there we go. So this Land Rover appears out of the mist, and I think Spoon nearly gets run over. There we go. Anyway, but they bundle everybody in the Land Rover, driven by Megan, and then there's a chase as the werewolves are trying to get them. There's that a werewolf's arm coming through the roof, so they stab it and kick it and all sorts. And there we go. And see it there, get stabbed. Cool prosthetics. By the way, I think they only had 3 full werewolf costumes for this film, which cost around, I think, £20,000 each. So they can only afford 3. And they were dancers. I think they said they were dancers. They were dancers in the costumes because they could move, fluidly, just like me. Hey. Anyway, so they set off. They head for the farmhouse. Megan says it's the only, it's the closest place. So they head for this farmhouse. Off they go. So they get inside. I think they built this for the film. I think it's just a facade. I don't think there's anything behind it. I think all the interiors were on a sound stage. And later on, it's a model. But they've got this facade here. So they all pile in. Nobody's home. We find out why later. And in they go. And for some reason, Megan's always looking shifty at this part. We find out why later on, but she's always looking a bit as though she knows more than she's letting on. Anyway, they secure the area. And there's everything's just it's very Marie Celeste. Everything's just left as as though they've just up and gone. And I think they think the werewolves have got them, but spoilers, they haven't. They are the werewolves. It's a werewolf family, and they've left a pot of stew going, as we'll see. Oh, they find a dog, by the way, called Sam. Forget everybody else's name, but remember the name of the dog. That's me. So anyway, they all pile in. They start eating the stew. So it tastes like pork. Yeah. Sarge is still very ill, but he's not gone yet, even though his guts are hanging out. So they'll start tucking into the stew, particularly Terry, who I think he has a little bit too much stew, as we'll see. So they find out that they're miles away from anywhere. The nearest phone's 50 miles as the crow flies. I mean, it's Scotland. It's not bloody Siberia. It must be really in the wilds of Scotland, mustn't it? 50 miles to the nearest phone. And the near town, Fort William, is that up in, in the Inverness area, somewhere up there? I'm sure it is. Way up north in Scotland. Right, anyway, so they decide that she's going to drive them out of there. So they go out, check the Land Rover. But it looks all right there, doesn't it? But when they get to it, it's there you go. It's been ripped apart. You see, if they've still been in Father Ted has said, "Oh, it'll tap out." And there we go. Oh, I've got a werewolf. Finally. Got a werewolf on... there you go. And for some reason, Cooper tells Spoon not to look at them. Why? I don't know. Maybe he just knows that you can't look werewolves in the eye. You must know the werewolf law. So they can't go in Megan's Land Rover because it's been knackered. So as Spoon says, that puts a kibosh on that plan. So what they're going to do now? Oh, and then it blows up. He threw petrol everywhere and he threw a flare or something, didn't he? And that makes the Land Rover blow up pretty spectacularly. Here, Eddie. In a minute. Oh, I've missed it. Oh, never mind. Come on, blooming number. There you go. Oh, there you go. He shoots the petrol and... Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, I'm going to get a copyright strike if I carry on doing this. Just let me make sure we're still all right. Yeah, we're still all right. Excellent connection. Where were we? I want to see it blow up. Here we go. Look at that. What do they have in Gelignite or something? C4. Anyway, so that's the end of Megan's Land Rover, which she's not happy about. And then Sam decides, everybody thinks it's eating Sarge's guts, but it's not. It's just got hold of the bandages. And again, this harks back to the beginning of the film, because I think Ryan's telling them to shoot the dog, but obviously they won't shoot the dog. Because the werewolves are trying to get in, but they managed to lock the door. An arm came through the door, and they were shooting it and hitting it and all that stuff, and they fight them off. Oh, and then Terry throws up all over Ryan, because Ryan's about to shoot the dog. And but Terry distracts him by throwing up on him. He goes, "Isn't that bloody marvellous?" And then he's going to grab other Terry, but then Joe, I think it's Joe, intervenes on Terry's behalf. Because they're a squad and they all love each other, as soldiers do. Because they are all, as Sean Pertwee says later on in the film, professional soldiers. And that's how British squaddies talk. I know they do. Because my niece's husband was a squaddie. I think he was a sergeant, And that's how he talked. Even when he left the army. But with a Yorkshire accent. Terry says he's a real craving for a kebab. I've just had one. So if you hear me guts going and I start burping, that's why. Speaking of burping, I need a drink. Professional. Right, so they're going to hunker down because obviously they can't get away now. So they board the windows up. They get some pans of water boiling. As we'll see why later when the second attack comes. Sarge isn't looking well. There it says they're working as a team, looking for a weakness, a way in. You know, they're a pack. And Ryan went up to the bathroom to clean himself up, and then he looks at himself in the mirror. Hang on. And then he cocks his head like a dog. I think they mentioned that in the commentary, that it was a little, there you go, moves his head to the side a little bit like a dog does. I don't know. I think they're reading a bit too much into that. And there you go, that's Spoon, says it reminds him of Rorke's Drift. If you haven't seen Zulu, it's an amazing film, get it watched. That's all I say. The glory days of the British Empire. When we were shooting men with spears. They did have guns though, did the Zulus. And very sharp slices of mango, didn't they, fella? Yeah. Where were we? And there we go, staring death in the face, no flinching for a moment. And then Joe tells me, "You're bloody loving this, aren't you?" So there you go. I just had to land on that one. So then they're getting ready for another attack. I think the bundle Sarge upstairs is starting to get a bit delirious now, probably through blood loss. But he probably should be dead by now with his injuries, but for some reason he's not, as we'll see later. But there we go. I think the bundle him upstairs into the bedroom. Or that might be a bit later. Yeah, they're taking him upstairs. They're gathering weapons, so they've got axes and stuff and pans, and Spoon finds a big sword. I believe it's a claymore. I don't know, I'm no expert on swords, but it's Scotland, so it must be a claymore. Bit of black and whites, that means, that's the werewolves are watching. If you notice, I don't think they ever show the other side of this cottage, because I think that's all they've got, just those two sides, I think. Right, so they've got some super glue. They're going to patch Sarge up with super glue, because according to Cooper, super glue were invented in the Vietnam War for patching up soldiers on the battlefield. I don't think that's true, but you never know. But it is good for sticking skin together. There you go. Forget your grandma's china cups. This stuff was developed for the Vietnam War to patch up broken soldiers. I don't know. Anyway, Sarge is drunk like a bottle of whiskey, so he's, but he's still in a lot of pain. And he's had loads of painkillers, and now he's drunk and he's saying he loves Cooper. He said, I love you, mate. The rest of the squad are getting ready. Yeah, this guy is my best mate. And salt of the earth. He'd marry my sister if I had one. Anyway, he says, you've got to knock him out. So he says, so he eats him. And this is a funny scene. He says, hit me, knock me out, hit me. Come on, get on with it. There you go, Cooper. Knock me out, hit me. So he hits him. You ready? And then he sits straight back up. Says, pussy, hit me. So hits him again. Knocks him out this time, so they can carry on. They can carry on patching him up without him writhing about in agony. So they see to him, but he heals up pretty quickly for obvious reasons. And we find out that Megan arrived there 2 years ago because she's a zoologist or something, and but it turns out she was there. I think she was recruited by Ryan to scope out the werewolf. They thought there were just one. It turns out there's lots of them. So anyway, he says, you can't seriously believe in werewolves. And then she, whatever. She didn't when she arrived, but now she does. But we find out that she more than believes in werewolves later on. Anyway, so Spoon, he's got his claymore sword, and he's got a bed. I think it's a bedpan, that, isn't it? I think it's a bedpan. So Cooper takes the sword off him and leaves him the bedpan, saying, you'll have somebody's eye out with that. So they're saying what weapons they've got left, and, they haven't got much ammo and all that. So the short control bursts, which they seem to pay no attention to. They're shooting blindly all over the place. Anyway, never mind. I think they just wanted to include that line in the script. So they're talking about the werewolves, and nobody believes them, but it's it's all true. And then you can see what they're talking about here. And then they talk to Ryan that Ryan knows more than he's letting on, as we'll see in a minute. Oh, he's introducing the squad to Megan. You've got Spoon over there, the vomiting Cavalier Terry. And then Ryan. And Ryan's not, he says, Ryan's not a member of our squad. But he's claiming ignorance. He doesn't know why this is happening, but he does, He does, but then he owns up. He talks about, special weapons division or whatever. They were sent there to get one of these werewolves, or get this werewolf. They thought there were just one, It turns out that there's more than they thought, because they wanted them for the weapons division, like in Alien. That's what it is. Oh, and there's the family. So all them are werewolves. All them are running about outside now. In wolf form. Oh no, right. So then, they point out that it was knocking on death's door not very long ago, and then he just says, "Have a strong constitution." Oh, pardon me. Told you I'd be burping, didn't I? Anyway, right, I think the werewolves start attacking again in a minute. Oh, there you go. They've turned off the power. What do you mean they turned off the power? They're animals, man. They don't say that. So they've shut down the generator, so they've got to start using candles and stuff from now on. So we have another attack. I do believe coming up. Puts the chain on, because that'll help. See, the wolves are trying to knock the door down. Oh, I didn't show it. Never mind. Oh, there we go. Puts the chain on, because that'll stop them. Hello, Deej. I am well. By the way, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That is a really good film. It's very funny. Similar impalement in, is there? I can't remember. It's a while since I've seen that. I remember somebody going in a wood chipper. Anyway, right. So the second attack is carrying on. Here we go. They're shooting them. The wolves are appearing at the windows and they're shooting them. Lots of swearing going on. I think they throw a couple of grenades. Megan's looking after Sam. By the way, they've tied up Ryan. He's tied to a chair, so he's not helping. A wolf grabs Joe. This is Joe, isn't it? Yeah. A wolf grabs Joe, and Cooper comes and helps him and chops the arm off the werewolf. So there's a werewolf running about with one arm now. I don't know how long that'll take to regenerate. Then they go up. Oh, here we go. My favourite shot of the film, actually. I think I drew this. I do like drawing, and I drew this once. There we go. Oh, I've missed it. Gone too far, for God's sake. Yeah, cheers, mate. Oh, notice the propane tanks. They'll come in use later on. There you go, the Sarge. And then here we go. My favourite shot of the film in a minute. After Spoon hits this werewolf's hands with the hammer. I've got to keep checking, making sure we're not getting copyright strikes from all my little clips I keep playing. All right, fella? Huh? Yeah, all right. I just want to land on my favourite shot of the film. There, he's going up to check on Sarge now, who remembers up in the bedroom. Another werewolf arm coming through the door, window, whatever. Shoot. Shot control bursts. Here we go. My favourite shot of the film. I think it looks amazing. Oh, is that it? There you go. I do think it looks cool. Good werewolves in this. I like stand-uppy, biped werewolves. I like them more than like American Werewolf in London, where they're walking about on all four. I like my werewolves to be. I like wolf men, basically. That's what I'm talking about. Where were we? Right, werewolf. So anyway, Cooper and I think does Sarge come round here? I think he does, and they both shoot it. And there's Spoon and Joe shooting. Cooper gets the gun from under the bed because he dropped it. The werewolf hit him. And they see it off. There's lots of bullets because you can hurt them. You can't kill them with bullets, but you can hurt them. And then we see them. The wolves are watching again from the outside. They've pulled back again. Their attack has been thwarted for now. Oh, by the way, yes, Terry gets got. They grab Terry. Dogs. Oh, like pussies. Very funny. But then, there you go. Werewolf grabs him, drags him out. And that's it. And then Megan cuts herself, and it's not referred to again in the film, is it? Because we were saying, weren't we? She heals up fast. And we're thinking, does she heal up fast? And that'll be a clue to her true nature. But it actually never shows her hand again, does it?
Because bandages it.
Yeah. So a pointless bit. Maybe they meant to. Maybe it will cut out. I don't know. Anyway, Sarge is feeling peachy, and I think he's a bit confused as to why he's feeling a lot better. We find out why later. Anyway, Teddy's gone, and he's going to go and get him. And as I said as we were watching the film, no, he's being cocooned with the others. Anyway, so what they're going to do now, I can't remember. Right, they reboard up the windows with their bits of balsa wood or whatever it is. Don't look very sturdy, does it? Ryan's, causing his bother again. Then I think she suggests that there's another Land Rover in a shed, but she hasn't got the keys. So they need to hotwire it. By the way, is that still playing all right? It is, isn't it? But in the meantime, I think it's him. He's dealing with her cut on her hand. Yeah, so we do see it again briefly there, but doesn't mention it again, unless I missed it. By the way, he's telling Ryan to shut your mouth, not her. Right, so anyway, so running out of ammo, that's another thing. So she's looking at the barn, I think, where she says the other Land Rover is. So they've got to go and hotwire it. So that's what's going on here. But they need a distraction. Somebody's got to run for the barn, but they need a distraction so that whoever's running for the barn don't get got. So Spoon is going to be the distraction. Joe is the one that's going to run to the barn and hotwire the Land Rover. So they get ready. They go up to the bedroom where Sarge is, and they're going to jump out the windows. They've got some ropes tied to the bed. So off they go. Werewolves are watching. There you go. Spoon's ready. Come and, what does he say? Go on, where are we? What's the words? There, come and have a go if you think you're naughty enough. It doesn't say that. It's if you think you're hard enough, not naughty enough. Great subtitles there. And you're naughty enough. Unbelievable. So the wolves go after Spoon. So Spoon legs it. They took the bait. So Joe legs it out to the barn. There he is. And we find out what happened to Terry in the barn. But Spoon's heading back to the farmhouse. Here we go, climbing back up. She's swearing at him, and they say, I love it when a posh bird talks dirty. I think whoever did the subtitles had trouble with English accents. Because for a small country, we have many, many accents. There you go. That's probably why people around the world don't understand us, particularly me. Anyway, here we go. All right. So Joe is in the he's hotwiring the Land Rover, and as we see, there's a werewolf looking at him through the window. That looks very scary to me. But we see Teddy's in there as well. There we go. And he's still alive, but not for long, because his werewolf bites his head off and throws it. There we go. Bites his head off and throws it. And then we got a bit of claret, bit of raspberry jam.
Strawberry jam back
there. Throws the head at Joe. And anyway, so he backs out. Oh, there we go. He gets attacked. Oh, there we go. There's Terry's head. Anyway, backs out of the out of the barn and up to the door. And so he's waiting for them to come down. But there's a werewolf in there with him. There you go. And we see its breath. There we go. Obviously somebody with a cigarette or a cigar or something. So I don't think they had vapor machines back then, did they? They might have done, I don't know.
Might be an air freshener.
Yeah, whatever. Where were we? Yeah, so this is the end of Joe. So we see a bit of blood spray in a minute. There you go. And there's not much left of him. Well, there's a lot of blood comes out of the back of this Land Rover anyway. There we go. Anyway, the werewolf makes its presence known, but then Megan shoots it. Don't know why. She does a lot of things that are a bit confusing. But anyway, she probably just knows that she's not really... She's hurting it, but she's not killing it, so she probably thinks she's safe shooting it. Anyway, oh, there we go. There's, I mentioned... where are we? So I thought, why has that candle got a lampshade on it? I know, it's line of sight. Anyway, so what's going on here? There's Spoon. Obviously, their squad is dwindling now. Who's left? Just Spoon and Cooper and Sarge. Is that it? I think that's all that's left now, isn't it? Oh, no, yeah, Spoon and Cooper and Sarge. Yeah, that's all that's left. And Megan and Ryan, of course. Oh, and Sam the dog, of course. But there's Sarge, looking very well, isn't he? We'll find out why in a bit. There's the moon. Beware the moon, lads. It's 3:20 in the morning. So what they're planning on doing now? I think she suggests that what the werewolves are doing, they're going to all gather in the barn because it's warm in there. So she suggests they blow it up. So they use the propane tanks and gas tanks, whatever the hell it is, and the Land Rover to go in and do a trail of petrol and blow it all up and blow all the werewolves up. So that's what they're going to do. But before that, I think Ryan turns into a werewolf. Is that before or after? Anyway, we'll find out in a minute. He's talking to Ryan about Joe, loved his football, and all the others are dead, including Ryan's own squad. They're all dead as well. See a lot of swearing. So I think they're gonna have a fight with Ryan here, and then we find out what Ryan's true nature is. He's telling him here about what they were going there for. They were going for the science division or whatever, the weapons division. There you go. Gets a knife held to his throat. Here we go. He's going to change here now. He goes under the table. And then here you go. Comes back up and his eyes are turning yellow. Does a bit of a David Banner, bit of a Bill Bixby going on. But he's not going to Hulk out. He's going to wolf out. There he is. Bad dog. Bad dog. So they have a little bit of fight, and I think they all shoot him, and actually, no, he impales him with a sword. The claymore. If it is a claymore, is it? I don't know. You're not the sword expert. So it goes out through the window, and we think, is that the last we've seen of Ryan? No. So anyway, they get the balsa wood over the windows again. So that's what they've got to do now. So they go back to the plan. They're gonna. There we go. She's explaining how wolves operate. So they're gonna blow up the barn where they think the wolves have congregated. Because we did see one, didn't we? We did see one in the barn that were eating Terry. So I suppose we could believe that the others are in there as well. But so they're doing all this. They've tied up Sam just so he stays out of trouble. Oh, this is Sarge. He realises he's better than he should be, so he knows he's going to turn like Ryan did. So obviously wolf scratches, because I don't think it bit him. Wolf scratches must also turn you into a werewolf. So he's saying to Coop that Coop should kill him, and then explain to his wife why he did that. But Coop obviously ain't going to do that. Says he needs him as long as they can. Right, the fight isn't lost yet, so they're going to do it. Right, so we'll skip on. There we go. Right, so they're driving the Land Rover into the barn, and Spoon is using his Bryant and May matches. Not a good advert for Bryant and May matches, because none of them light. So Sarge comes out. I probably missed it. There we go, driving that in. I think Coop's jumped out already, has he? Yes, he has. Light it! But his matches aren't lighting, look. Bad advert for Bryant and May. As I said at the time we were watching it, should have used Swan Vesta, better matches. People outside the UK are thinking, what's he talking about? Anyway. But Sarge comes out. There he is. Oh, we get a bit of slow motion as well. They're eking this scene out a little bit too much, to be honest. Come on, Sarge, where are you? Down to his last match. Sarge, he comes out with his Molotov cocktail, nearly setting fire to Spoon. Oh, you can't see for my fat head. Hang on, let me get rid of me webcam. Nearly setting fire to Spoon. Look, there we go. Oh, see, I've moved my mouse pointer now. There we go. Ah, and throws it like a big girl. Like I'd throw it. Hey, I've lost my webcam thing now. Where is it? There it is. Right, where were we? Throws it, ignites the trail of petrol. Ooh, there it goes. And
of course, don't forget, to your overseas viewers, gasoline.
Oh, yeah, sorry, gasoline. Petrol. Coop runs back in slow motion. Oh, there we go. That's not, but it will be in a minute. As the line of fire slowly makes its way to the barn. Oh, here he's running slow. I'm sure he runs in slow motion at some point here. Probably when it all blows up. There we go. That's slow motion. There we go. Bit of slow motion. Can't go wrong. And the barn blows up. By the way, I'm sure somebody runs out here. Let's see if we can catch it. We're seeing that. Right, he's doing his slow motion run. And then as he runs into the farmhouse, I'm sure I see somebody run out. Probably not. It's probably just me being an idiot. Let's find out together. Right. So he's running. Oh, no, it was just, it was Spoon running into another room, wasn't it? I thought that were outside, but ain't it? Spoon running into another room. I'm an idiot. Right, so the barn's blown up. They think, oh, right, all the werewolves are dead, but they're not. And this is when she says sorry. You think they're going to kiss, but they don't. She says sorry. She were hoping that they were her ticket out of there. She wanted to leave. But while they were doing all that, she let the werewolves in. As we'll see. She let the dogs in. Woof, woof, woof. Stop it. Being nice to women will get you nowhere, Cooper, and we all know that because that's just the truth, isn't it? It's just the truth. She's the real thing, whatever that means. Isn't that Pepsi? Is that the real thing? Or is it Coke that's the real thing? I don't know. By the way, she's saying that off screen. I chose you, not he's not saying that to her. So she let the werewolves in, and then she's changing. Look, I've drawn that as well. But then she changes, and she gets shot in the head or in the face or whatever. There you go, Sarge. Sarge shoots her. I think he shoots her in the eye. I think. I think is she dead now? I don't know. We don't see her again, do we? I don't Anyway, so all the werewolves are trying to get them. So they're throwing grenades and shooting, and Spoon's stuck in the kitchen. Sarge and Coop have gone upstairs. Here we go, werewolf coming through the smoke. It's some great imagery in this film, I must admit. If you're lucky on a good pause, I'd say it's great. Coop's in the bathroom. Sarge is in the toilet. Oh, as we say in Yorkshire, is in the bog. Hang on, what's that? Joshua, we get the petrol equals gasoline connection. Okay. Hey. Where were we? Sarge is in the toilet and is going to use an aerosol thing as a flamethrower in a minute. Cooper kicks this sink, but it don't look as though he's hitting it, but it falls off somehow. Spoon's fighting in the kitchen. There he is, stabbing a werewolf. So like I say, he puts up a good fight to Spoon. I think he's against two of them as well. I think there's two of them in there. Blood spraying all over the shop. Yeah, getting covered in blood. But it is to no avail, for the werewolves get him. Oh, there we go. There's Sarge using the aerosol can as a flamethrower. Don't try this at home, kids. I've never tried it myself. Bet you have, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Thought you might have done.
And it does work.
Does it? Oh, right. I've never tried it because I'm too scared. Where is that? The Spoon is still fighting these werewolves in the kitchen. There he goes, resorting to pans now, but it gets overpowered, and the werewolf gets him, and he says, "I hope I give you the shit," and spits in its face, and then that's the end of Spoon. And Sam watches as Spoon is devoured.
Which, of course, is like a little bit to what happened in Alien.
Yes, it is. Sam is playing the
He's playing
Jonesy.
Jones,
Sam is the Jones.
While Brett is being taken.
Yeah,
Watches,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, Sam is the Jonesy character in this scenario. Right. Where are we? I have done the discount flavour. Much fun. Oh, well. See, everybody's done it except for me. That's all that's left of Spoon. And as we find out later, there is no Spoon. And apparently in the commentary, the only reason they wanted to call him Spoon was so they could use that line from The Matrix. This is a good bit as well. They put the werewolf head near the dog, and he's not happy about it. Look at it. Oh. Well, he won't. Anyway, right. Cooper is dug his way through the wall now. Is in the toilet with Sarge. Much like in Prince of Darkness, which we did a bit back, which had Dennis Dunn digging through the wall to get to another room to escape the demon people. Anyway, they end up in the bedroom with all the skins and antlers on the wall. I'd say that's like my bedroom, but it's not. Can't get any skins and antlers on the wall. So they get through. A werewolf tries to follow them, but they beat it off, and not beat it off. Oh, that's a bad choice of words, isn't it? Beat it away. Push the bed up against the hole and start barricading the hole, and we're going to see the magic. Hush now. And we start seeing the magic chair in a minute. I think I've missed it. Are you ready for the magic chair? Here we go. Hang on. No, we haven't done it yet. Suitcase, other stuff. I only know about the magic chairs because they pointed it out in the commentary. He throws it and it like magically sticks. Come on, you buggers. Put this bookcase in front of the door. There we go, magic chair. You ready? Let's go back again. Oh, see, I've gone too far. Oh, for crying out loud. Got to go through all this again. Stupid bloody thing. Bookcase in front of the door. And here we go. Way! There, it just sticks there. Amazing. We still got a good connection, by the way. No copyright strikes yet. No, we're still fine. Cool. Because we're nearly done. Right. What's happening next? We're waiting for the werewolves to come and get them now. They're all banging on the doors. So Sarge has the idea to get in the wardrobe. So they get in the wardrobe. And they look down, and for some reason, there's all skeletons in the bottom of the wardrobe. Why do werewolves keep their, skeletons of their victims in the wardrobe? Don't know.
Because they haven't got any closets.
That's true. So anyway, so they shoot the bottom of the wardrobe out, and I was just reminded of Wallace and Gromit, where there's in the wardrobe in that, and it goes knotted pine. Just reminded me of that. Anyway, shoots down the bottom of the wardrobe and the floor, and all the skeletons fall out, and they do as well. And they're in the kitchen now. And then we see, where's Spoon? There we go. Hang on, let's go back a bit. So he's got his watch back. Remember to give his watch to Spoon at the beginning. Did I mention that? Well, he did. Sarge. So he's got his watch back, and he says, there is no Spoon. There is no Spoon. So there's just them two left now. So he's saying he gives Cooper his gun, says the one in the chamber, and he knows he's done for. He knows he's going to change. He can feel it inside. Pardon me, burping. Professional. Anyway, so he sends Cooper down into the basement with Sam, the dog. And he starts writhing about, and he gets the cooker and the gas, the gas line is on. We see that there was a fire going, a gas fire thing, whatever, and he puts that out. That's what he used the water for. So there's just gas filling the room, and he cuts the gas line in the cooker as well. And then the werewolves come in. I'm probably going to miss it. The werewolves come in. There's Cooper waiting in the basement. Then Sarge hits the sparker thing on the cooker. There you go, the werewolves are there. Hits the spark. There, his eyes are turning. Look, he's turning into a werewolf. He's going all Bill Bixby as well. And he's going to hit the sparker. There you go. And it all blows up. There we go. The werewolves blow up because fire can kill a werewolf. Not only silver, but fire as well. And if you've read The Howling 3, another werewolf can kill a werewolf. Yeah, there you. Anyway. And here's the model. The model of the cottage blowing up. Farmhouse. There you go. Very good. Anyway. But Cooper survives because he's in the basement. It's a good job it didn't all just collapse on him, innit? But it didn't. Of course, they got good sturdy floorboards of these Scottish crofts. Is it a croft? Class as a croft? I don't know. Anyway, he finds all these bodies. I think this is Ryan's squad because they seem to be like in black soldiery uniforms. So I think it's Ryan's squad. And then we find that Ryan's in there as well because there's a werewolf in there with the sword through it. So he has a fight, and then that bit that always makes me cringe. We're going to see it. There we go. Oh, it makes me cringe where he pushes the sword into Cooper's mouth and it scrapes on his teeth. You can see arms and legs getting chopped off, but stuff like that, it cringes me. Fingernails cringe me as well. Ugh. Anyway. So he gets thrown about. There's Cooper. I don't know why I just don't kill him. It's just torturing him, really, I suppose.
The dog attacks him.
Oh yeah, Sam saves Cooper. He attacks him and so he gets thrown about. And then he finds the silver letter opener from the beginning of the film. Remember? So he gets that, picks it up, stabs Ryan, the Ryan werewolf. with the silver letter opener. And for some reason, that now makes him susceptible to bullets. So there you go. You think it's all over. It is now. That's a football thing. Soccer. It's a soccer thing for us. When England won the World Cup in 1966. So he shoots Ryan, because now Ryan is... Because he's had silver put in him, it makes him mortal. I don't know, but it just does. It just does. So anyway, then we fade from red, and Cooper comes out of what's left of the farmhouse with Sam, I do believe. I think Sam's there. Do we see him? Yes, he's there. I can see him. He's there. I'm pointing if you can't see. Sam's there, look. And but I don't know where he's going to go, because there's no there's no way for him to get anywhere. So, and I don't know. So he's just going to set off walking, I suppose. Follow the road. Stay off the moors. And that's the end of the film. There we go. Produced. Executive produced. Blah, blah, blah. We're not into... Oh, no. Then it goes to... there we go. Werewolves ate my platoon. And then... there we go. England 5, Germany 1. So Joe would be happy that England won. And that is actually a real result that happened at the time they were making the film, just by coincidence. Because when they wrote the script, they didn't know that England were going to beat Germany 5-1. I think it was just a friendly, though. Not wanting any competition. But you'd think we'd won the Second World War all over again when that happened. English people were very, very happy. But that's where they get that from. And then that's it. They show some photos as well. Because through the film, Megan is like snapping. She's using her camera to like blind the werewolves and make them go away. Yeah, and then here we're supposed to be seeing the photos that resulted from that. But I've gone too far because I'm big and stupid. Is it going to show them? Is it going to show them? Probably not. Probably not. Hey, there we go. There's one of them. Cool shot. I don't remember being there in the bedroom when that happened, but I think this is what this is supposed to represent. Anyway, yeah. So we'll leave it there. That's the end of the film. I'll get rid of that. So, like I said, Dog Soldiers, classic film. I don't know if is it classed as a cult movie, because I think it's quite popular. I think a lot of people have seen it. So I wouldn't really call it a cult film. It's just, a really good werewolf film. It's a lot of people's favourite werewolf film. Not mine. I'm a The Howling fan myself, but it's good. It's up there. The Howling, American Werewolf in London, Dog Soldiers, and I suppose you could say the original Wolfman. They're the four that count in my book. So right, we're going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I haven't decided. It'll be something good. But hang on, what's he doing? Where is he? My mate's here to get me.
All right, guys. Subscribe and like this channel. See you later.
See, he arrived. He arrived at the end. So, yes, remember, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Share the videos when you can. Drop a comment if you're not in the chat right now. And watch me stuff on Rumble as well, and all the other places, and follow me on my social medias. Links are in the description. I've also got books out, by the way. Where are they? Plug me books while I'm at it. Links for these are in the description as well. There you go, Mercury Rapids. That's a sci-fi book about UFOs and stuff. A light-hearted adventure, big thick tome, because it's 3 books in one. And Silent Predator. That's a thin book. It's a novella. Subscribe and like and following and sharing. Yay! Y'all have a great one. Yes. So anyway, Silent Predator also on Amazon. Links are in the description. Paperback or Kindle. Kindle's cheaper. Right, we'll leave it there. So thanks Joshua, thanks Deej. I think we got a couple of other viewers as well as we went on. But thanks for commenting in the chat, chaps. It's greatly appreciated. One day, the channel may be monetised and we can do super chats. Huzzah! But that's a long way off. Anyway, so I hope you like the backdrop, the spooky backdrop. I'll try and find a link. I'll put a link for that in the description when afterwards. Right, so thanks for watching, wherever you are on this dark and stormy night. Don't have nightmares, and until next time, I'll say do you know what I forgot to do at the beginning? I forgot to do the intro, so I'll do it now. So bye.